Nobody sees, Mr. Wadsworth, madam. If you have a message to convey, you convey it to me, I convey it to him. Hello. No, I'm sorry, Mr. Wadsworth is incommunicado. What? I mean, he can't be reached. Now, there is a woman who thinks communicado is a one-night stand, like Corpus Christi.
Well, I'm going to sit right here until that door opens.
Very well, madam, but I assure you that door never opens except in case of fire. Oh, that's very nice. It's the 3rd this week. I do wish you wouldn't wait any longer. What are these?
More suggestions for the All-American Mom.
The All-American Mom. Would you want to be designated the All-American Mom?
I am the president of the Savannah Spinsters Club.
Oh.
Apparently, all these people would consider it quite an honor to be named All-American Mom.
Put them on Mr. Wadsworth's desk. What do you want?
We're quitting.
Quitting? What do you lecture on?
Loneliness.
Loneliness?
Our mother.
You have no mother?
Certainly they have a mother.
Miss Kennedy, what are you doing here? What? According to my chart, you're in Pittsburgh.
I know, but I'm not.
Miss Kennedy, we try very hard not to make erasures on our charts. Now, why not?
Only a plane could get me from Denver to Pittsburgh overnight. Even the plane can only make it with a tailwind. Well, we had a tailwind, all right. It blew me right past Pittsburgh. That tailwind, I'm afraid, was an omen. Mr. Trumbull, I have eaten my last chicken patty.
You don't mean you're quitting? The whole tour? 76 cities?
76 erasures. I'm sorry.
Steel yourself, Mr. Wadsworth. Miss Kate Kennedy is not in Pittsburgh. She's right here.
Mom, as soon as you tell Uncle David we're quitting, can we go to Schraff's and have a ball?
You bet we can.
And the Roxy?
And the Roxy.
And bowling?
And, well, maybe not bowling.
Kate, honey, what a pleasant surprise. Hi, kids.
Hi, Uncle David.
Come on in.
Will you keep an eye on the children?
Okay.
They're very good and quite helpful. Maybe you can give them both an eraser.
You don't know how wonderful it is to see you again.
Even though I'm not in Pittsburgh.
We'll fight about Pittsburgh later.
Thank you for being so good to the children.
I'm very fond of the children.
So am I.
And I'm even fonder of their mother.
You'll be sorry you make me so comfortable. I want to stay here.
This is right where you belong.
David, I give up.
I knew it. Look, today is Tuesday, tomorrow's Wednesday, Thursday. We can be married in Akron after your lecture on Friday, huh?
David, I didn't mean about marrying you.
What did you mean?
I mean I'm giving up lecturing.
And you still don't want to marry me?
No, I'm sorry. I appreciate all you've done
Look,
for us.
for the first time since their father died, you can see daylight ahead for the kids and yourself. You have 76 more dates. By then, you'll be really solvent.
I can't do that.
Why? You're a tremendous success. The people love you.
And I love the people. Little as I get to know them on a one-night stand, it isn't the people. It's the constant traveling, the constant being alone. Look, let me show you something. Here are the 76 cities. Those yellow pins are presumably me. Now, how do those pins move from place to place?
Honey, those distances aren't bad.
As the crow flies, no. You see this infinitesimal space? Looks like nothing on the map. You know what's between those two pins? The painted desert and the petrified forest.
Kate, that is one bad jump. The train connections are very good between most of your dates.
No, David, they aren't. The trains go across the country, not up and down. Even the buses travel this way. Half the time I have to leap on a bus still wearing my evening gown. You'd be surprised the ideas that gives sailors when they're that far away from the sea.
I know that bus travel can be pretty rough.
I don't mind the buses. I don't mind anything that moves. But half the time I'm trapped in an airport 26 miles from town or stranded in some connecting bus depot.
Kate, do you realize what your lectures mean to all those people?
David, don't try that with me.
Do you realize the amount of mail that pours into this office? Look at this. About you.
Oh, those about me.
Let me read you one.
Now, David, you're maneuvering. That's one reason why I won't marry you. For years, I've watched you manipulate everyone from Anna May Wong to Gaylord House.
Honey, I am a manager.
I like you better as a person.
Catherine Kennedy's lecture was an inspiration to all of us. Here is a widow left with 2 small children who has had the courage to go on. She has given us the answer to one of life's greatest fears, the fear of loneliness.
I'm glad I've given someone the answer. I haven't found it myself.
What do you say, Kate?
It almost worked, David, but not quite. I don't want to be a pin. I don't want my children to grow up to be pins. I don't want to be manipulated. No hard feelings?
Of course not. Just to prove it, I'll give you your present in it.
Present?
Yes. Even though you're quitting, I want you to have it. Turn around. This was to celebrate your success.
What is it, David?
It says to my favorite platform personality and my favorite person.
Oh, it's lovely.
We can scratch out platform personality.
Oh, I wouldn't. Well, take it back.
Why?
Isn't this the same thing you gave Schumann Heink when she sang Straight Through the Dayton Flood?
Well, yes, but you see...
How'd you get it back?
She gave it back. You see, when the great lady knew that her concert days were over, she said to me, "You'd better take this back now. And when you find someone who really deserves it, give it to them with my love and your own."
It's love.
With her love. And with mine.
Schumann Heink. I don't suppose she'd want me to have it if I walked out now. And all those letters. They make me feel grateful. And a little excited.
Wonderful news. The wind's died down over Pittsburgh.
Well, Kate, what do you say?
What can I say? Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure. Catherine Kennedy.
Oh, Miss Kennedy, it's a pleasure. Of course, we knew that you were you, but how did you ever guess that we were us? Oh, I must apologize for this feeble turnout. The junior high school band was going to meet you, but they had the mumps. Oh, I'm Mrs. Tweedy. I'm hospitality. And this is Mrs. Johnson. She's refreshments. And Mrs. Hawthorne is music. And Mrs. Tibbs is parking problems.
How do you do?
Now, why don't the ladies check you in and we'll just have a little visit? You know, I'm only daytime hospitality. My son's going to take charge of you tonight.
Oh?
Oh, I do hope he won't be rude to you.
Is he apt to be?
Well, my son doesn't approve of culture. He thinks we ought to stick to livestock. We just drafted him into hospitality. That was Miss Lee's idea.
Who's Miss Lee?
Miss Sally Lee, the bubble dancer.
What was she doing here?
Oh, she's a lecturer now. She's with Mr. Wadsworth, too.
Oh.
You're all checked in, Miss Kennedy.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'll see you tonight. Shall I dress?
Oh, please do. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, yes, of course. You know, we're all still a little unnerved after Sally Lee.
Hello? Mr. Tweedy is in the lobby? Thank you. I'll be right down. Well, here I am.
You sure are, honey. You're quite a pleasure.
Thanks. You think I can compete with the livestock?
Honey, I like my livestock by day and my women by night.
Shall we go?
Go, girl, go.
Aren't you taking this hospitality bit pretty big?
Well, we take everything big in Texas.
Have you a car?
The biggest.
Shall we go then?
You ain't just a whistler in Texas.
Miss Kennedy,
Yes?
I'm Jim Tweedy.
You are? Then who are you?
Did I ask you who you were?
Do you know this lady?
No, but I sure aim to.
Excuse me a moment, ma'am.
Is he dead?
I sure hope this isn't going to give you a bad impression of Texas, ma'am. I'm sure hoping you're going to like us.
I think I'm just going to love Texas, Mr. Tweed. You haven't even mentioned my lecture, Mr. Tweedy.
Well, frankly, I didn't hear it, ma'am.
Oh.
That is, I heard you, but I didn't listen to what you said.
Your mother said you might be rude to me. I'm sorry. I thought we were getting on so well.
I don't mean to be rude. I just say what I mean, but it never seems to come out very well. Like what I said about your lecture. I listened every second. Only I listened to you like I listen to beautiful music. I didn't much think about what it meant.
Well, now that came out very well.
Would you care to dance some more, ma'am?
I love it.
Where are you spending Christmas, ma'am?
Back east with my children. 10 whole days. Looking forward to it's the only thing that's kept me going.
I understand, ma'am. And now that we're friends, I guess it's just a little bit formal for me to keep on calling you ma'am. You mind if I call you Miss Kennedy?
Well, it might be even nicer if you...
Well, could he, Mr. Tweedy?
Why, sure, Wilbur. Miss Kennedy, this here's Wilbur Marfield III.
How do you do, Mr. Marfield?
I'm charmed, ma'am. I was disappointed, ma'am, not to be able to welcome you at the hotel.
Were you supposed to?
Oh, yes, ma'am. You see, I'm the president and the treasurer of the junior high school band.
I thought you had the mumps.
Not me, ma'am. All alone survived. My mother says I'm indestructible.
I hope we both are. What do you play in the band, Mr. Marfield? The bass horn?
Oh, yes, ma'am. How'd you guess?
Well, your cheeks are a little puffed out. If you weren't indestructible, I'd almost think you had the... Hello?
Hello, Kate, honey. How's Christmas in Texas?
I'd counted on spending Christmas with you and the children.
Well, you can't come back to the kids with the mumps. And I'll be out there in a couple of weeks for the All-American Mom Award banquet in Dallas. You'll be well enough to go with me, okay?
Okay.
Here are the kids. It's Mommy.
Hi, Mom. Is it Christmas out there, Mom?
No, darling. Out here, even Christmas is 1 hour late.
Mom,
Yes, baby.
we're not having a ball.
Neither am I, baby.
Merry Christmas, Mom.
Merry Christmas, darling. Chicken.
I don't care if I do get the mumps, Miss Kennedy. I couldn't stay away any longer. You're even prettier with mumps.
They're almost gone now.
I couldn't stand the thought of you being alone here any longer.
Oh, Jim, a lecturer gets used to being alone.
Alone? With all those audiences?
That's it. People enjoy you, like a movie or a play. You're a sideshow. They think a little, laugh a little, maybe. Then after the evening is over, they all go home together. And each night in some strange town, you go home alone.
I love you, Catherine.
And after the... What did you say?
I apologize, ma'am. I said I love you.
Did you have a nice Christmas?
Yes, ma'am.
Is your mother well?
Yes, ma'am.
Jim, don't.
I apologize, ma'am, but I don't take it back.
Jim, don't feel sorry for me. It isn't a question of a man or a romance. It's just that lecturing is too lonely a life for a woman.
Catherine, Mother and I was talking it over this morning. Let us drive you to Dallas for the banquet for the All-American Mom Award.
That would be fine.
I'll tell you a secret. We got a reason for going. Guess who's going to get it?
Who?
My mother.
Oh, Jim, that's wonderful. But how do you know?
Mr. Wadsworth promised me. We've been very helpful to him here in Texas. He says he can arrange it.
I'm sure he can. It's his personal award.
I don't care. I want it for my mother. All my life, I only cared about two things. My livestock and my mother.
In that order?
My mother thinks you're wonderful.
How does the livestock feel?
Don't laugh at me, Catherine.
Believe me, I'm not.
We want you to come back from Dallas with us. Give up lecturing.
But, Jim, I have commitments. People expect me.
To be a sideshow? I'm sorry, but you said it yourself.
Well, there are other kinds of commitments, too.
Personal?
Mixed up. Half business. Half personal. You see this medallion?
Yeah, I've seen it.
It has an inscription on it.
I know.
How could you know?
I've seen one just like it.
Well, not like this one. This one says,
To my favorite platform personality and my favorite person. Miss Sally Lee had one, too.
she couldn't have.
I remember very well. I kind of thought it was a sweet sentiment.
I always thought it was, too. Jim, if you'd like me to come back here. I think I've had just about enough.
Do I have to read all these Whistler's mother letters, or are you going to tell me who gets the award?
Give them to me. Mrs. Tweedy, from Texas.
Oh, and one other thing. Schumann-Heink is dead, isn't she?
Certainly she's dead. Why?
She's been phoning you all morning, collect. She's on now.
Uh-oh. Can only be one person and can only mean trouble. Polly, put that long-distance call through, will you?
Hello? This is your favorite platform personality and your favorite person. Want to guess which one?
Kate, honey, how are you?
I just called you to tell you I'm leaving your list of performing seals. In fact, I've left.
What are you talking about? You can't leave. You've got a contract.
No, I haven't. I spilled disinfectant on the final drafts when I had the mumps and never returned them.
You have got to speak at the banquet in Dallas on Friday.
But that's the last one. And I'm only doing that as a favor to Jim.
You mean Jim Tweedy, that square with the cows and the mother?
He's got more than cows and a mother now.
You're not involved with him. What's he trying to do to me after what I'm doing for his mother?
He isn't doing anything. I'm doing it.
What about your whole southern tour?
Let someone else do it.
What about the money?
Money? What's money? I'm loaded with livestock.
I'll sue you.
Go ahead, sue me. Sue me till the cows come home. Incidentally, we control most of the cows.
Kate, honey.
And now, Mr. Wadsworth, it gives me great pleasure to present my resignation.
Did she cancel all her dates?
I don't care about her dates. I don't care about her lectures. Get me to Texas tonight.
Tonight?
On the fastest thing that moves. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the most exciting event in our club year, the announcement of the annual All-American Mom Award. We have always felt that motherhood should be non-sectional. I think we are safe in saying that motherhood is universal. Therefore, I am sure that my award this year will be a popular one. Because the All-American Mom of this year belongs to not one section of the country, but to all America. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to announce that the award this year goes to Miss Catherine Kennedy. Will Miss Kennedy please come to the microphone?
Not going to accept.
You had to.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. However,
Before Miss Kennedy has an opportunity to tell you how grateful she is, we have another little surprise for her. And that is that the presentation of the plaque will be made by Johnny and Tommy Kennedy. Boys?
Gives us great pleasure.
Gee, Mom, we're proud of you.
I must tell you how grateful we are.
Catherine, how could you do this to me?
But I didn't.
You said yourself your own manager made the award. Always has.
Oh, Jim,
I don't care to
certainly
discuss
don't
it, ma'am.
Jim, you needn't be so formal. You can call me Miss Kennedy.
Well, darn it all, Miss Kennedy. If you got the All-American Mom Award, folks ought to start calling you Mrs. Kennedy.
You ought to thank me for getting you out of that.
You'd do anything to keep me lecturing.
I'll mail you a full release. You don't have to fill a single day.
That's wonderful, thanks.
Don't mention it.
David, this won't make too much of a problem for you on the Southern tour, will it?
No, I've got somebody else.
Oh, fine. Who have you got?
Well, Sally Lee. She said she wouldn't mind going.
Sally Lee's going to fill my dates?
Somebody has to.
She's moving right in, isn't she? May I remind you that you have a contract?
But you told me on the telephone that you...
I said you didn't have a contract. When I spilled disinfectant, I kept all the copies. So you can get Miss Sally Lee right off my route. When's Louisville?
Tuesday. I'll drive you.
Why?
Well, to save on transportation. Besides, it's a nice long drive. Relax. Talk.
Mr. Wadsworth, may I remind you that I get paid for talking?
I know. I'm the man who paid you. What'll I tell Sally Lee?
Tell Sally Lee I can fill my own dates. Both kinds.